Oh, I am such a loser. Thank you. So, as I said, let me repeat myself because I am low budget. I apologize. The banner that I have on my screen is a banner that Nana for Life had up at the Purple Tent where they have people's missing children and persons names and bringing awareness to the missing. On my thumbnail, you guys see a cake that was also sent to me from Nana for Life. And I commend Nana for Life for, uh, she's done a lot for Summer behind the scenes. H. Davis, Little Deb, Poppy, I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Flies. Hey, Stephen. Hey, May May. I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, I was going to pull, I've got that pulled up. Let me go ahead and let's do the TBI. Oh, shit, hold on, y'all. Let's do, no, I want to do the other one. I've already got the other one pulled up, but let's pull up this one. Get a good picture of Summer here. This is not my favorite picture, I have to say, for sure. This picture is always weirded me out. Hang on, let me remove my overlay. There you go. There she is. So Summer is 9 years old today. She's been missing since June of 2021. There are no answers that the public has been made aware of on what could have happened to Summer. It's so sad that we've sat and watched Summer's case become something maybe it shouldn't. And that is sad in itself. Hey, Rapper, how you been? I haven't seen you for a while. What's been going on with you? I'm going to drop the link. Anyone, please feel welcome to come up and have a conversation about Summer Moon Utah Wells. I can show you guys a lot of different videos by a lot of different creators showing the area. But what I'm going to do today is I am going to go over to I believe it's the Dawn Wells family. Let me pull up my watch later list. I've got some things on my watch later list. Evil Exist. This is from 3 years ago. These are actually some of the pictures that Dawn put out on Facebook. Dawn released a bunch of pictures on his Facebook. Now, I didn't go back to Facebook to see because they got rid of a lot of the Facebook accounts that they acquired, I'll say. And as you can see, Summer's little mouth, she had a bad tooth there. Yep, 9 today. 9 today. She was 5 years old when she went missing. And she had turned 5 that February. So let's just take a look at some of these pictures. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know what? Even with Summer's head shaved, she was still so strikingly beautiful. Her eyes are something that beautiful, beautiful eyes. There's Summer and her mom. Do you guys think she looks like Candace? Her eyes are like Candace's, aren't they? Yeah, a little Miss Attitude. Little Miss Attitude. I love this picture of her fishing. Now, this kind of threw me off because there are quite a few pictures taken with Summer in this particular outfit, with her little hair bow. It seemed like Summer really liked her hair bows, for sure. Now, like I said, it seems like a lot of these pictures were taken maybe on the same day. But I will say this loud and clear. I am not, nor have I ever been comfortable with the gang signs and a little girl. That always bothered me for some reason. Always bothered me. Now, I've heard, I don't know if it's true, this is definitely hearsay that, and I remember this. I don't know if anybody else remembers it. Does anybody remember when everybody was researching Candace's Facebook page and it seemed that like she was associated with some characters that, you know, we all like took a pause on it. I remember she was the Juggernauts. I think they're called Juggernauts. And it was a group from the Insane Clown Posse. She, I believe, on her Facebook page was associated with that, which a lot of people thought were weird because if I remember correctly, and I may be remembering wrong, and if I am, please forgive me, Andrew Hiltz was like, you know, on the same page or whatever, but yeah. She is just gorgeous. And let me say this, I know that a lot of people, we look at these pictures and Summer's face is dirty. And guess what? She's a little girl out in the country digging through dirt. What are the birds in the background? Oh, those are ducks. Are you talking about the ducks? Those are ducks. Yeah, they're ducks. They look like, yeah, they're ducks. If it looks like a duck, it is a duck. Yeah, I've been in tune with the Insane Clown Posse myself. For sure. But I just love how she loved to wear her little bows. She loved to wear her little bows. And even with her head shaved and her hair short, sticking that bow on her head, how she's just beautiful. She is just beautiful. Now, I'm assuming that this is inside of Dawn and Candace's house. So, but I'm just assuming because I'm not sure if this picture was taken in their house or somebody else's. So, it does look quite cluttered, doesn't it? Now, this picture at this restaurant, Allie's mom, Sherry, said that she was there. Hey, loves. She was there and they were actually eating, I guess, dinner together, right? They had all met and went to dinner. And this was the last, from my understanding, the last time that Sherry had met up with them and had a meal with them. And it's very sad. I love this picture right here too. I love this picture. You know what I've seen in Summer's case, and this is just me, you guys, and I don't know. I know a lot of people don't, probably agree with me and a lot of what I say about the Summer Wells case. But all y'all, not all y'all, I watched many of you take away what should have been a case about a little missing girl, and it turned into about the parents. It turned into about Jody Sue. Now, it's Fred Hill's story. We've seen so many people that were associated with that area that made it about them. They made it about them. And I found that to be so sad. And I still think it's sad. Sometimes I kick myself for maybe not trying to interview some of these people of interest. And then I look at these people of interest and I'm like, I'm glad I made the decision that I made. Personally, I don't need anybody coming up here to talk about a little girl and lying about what they know. That's not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea, y'all, at all. But this is who it's about. This is who it's about. Now, this is the picture, right, that everybody threw a fit because Don said that he loved this picture. Summer had chocolate on her face or something, and that he thought that she looked like his sister Sonia. Now, I could never figure out why people made a big deal about that. I really couldn't. So what? Don said that, that she looked like his sister Sonia. Sonia always came out and said that Don was a good father. Sonia was the one in the family that spoke out for Don. Spoke out for Don. What was weird about that was when it was said that Sonia's husband was a RSO, and I was flabbergasted by that. Now, I don't know if her husband was ever around Summer, but I know that sometime Sonia had visited Dawn at 110, and she had left her glasses there. I don't know why. Cher was interviewing him, and he had Sonia's glasses on and said that Sonia had left him there. For sure. I think Nell Lawson should do a speech on Summer's case. Summer's case is not cold at all. And I don't know if Sheriff Lawson does come out and speak on the case, I think it's going to probably be, this is just my opinion, around the time when she went missing, not so much on her birthday. So, this is one of my favorite pictures. She is so beautiful. And I'm not going to sit here and bash Dawn and Candace. I'm really not. It's not the day for it. This is about Summer. I think Summer loved Dawn, and I think she loved Candace. Those were her parents. Those were her parents. Do we sit back sometimes and wonder if there was some type of neglect there? Absolutely, we do. Because we watched their behavior since Summer went missing. The Rogersville Review from yesterday. Hold on. Hold on a second. I will pull it up. Let's get our butterflies back up for a second. Butterfly, fly away. Hold on. I gotta find myself. I must find myself. Oh, hold on. You know me, I'll have 1,000 tabs pulled up by the time I'm done. Here we go. Thank you, flies. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Investigators committing to finding Summer Wells as her 9th birthday arrives. In these photos, Summer Wells is shown near the time of her disappearance on June 15th, 2021, beside a National Center for Missing and Exploited Children age progression photo that shows what she might look like today. As Summer's 9th birthday arrives, the TBI and Hawkins County Sheriff Office both released statements that the investigation remains ongoing. May, I am probably going to be hated, but I do think Summer is alive and was kidnapped. You're not going to be hated over here, May, for your opinion. You know that. Hey, Marie. Oh, cool. You got a salt and pepper collection? Yeah, we just don't know. We don't know. And if anyone, any creator tells you they know what happened to Summer, I would probably shake my head. Summer was 5 years old when she disappeared June 15, 2021. TBI spokesperson Leslie Earhart said there are no updates to offer. The case remains open and continues to be investigated. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children provided the age progression photo, which are typically updated every 2 years. Leslie Earhart asked the public to continue to share the age progressed photo of Summer, which was released in 2023. Sheriff Ronnie Lawson and his detectives continue to follow up leads and investigate any relevant information. And you may call his office at 423-272-4848 or TBI at 1-800-TBI-FINE. Summer was reported missing from her home in the Beach Creek community in June of 21. Her disappearance resulted in a massive 13-day search involving more than 1,100 searchers, not including police, and covering 4.6 square miles of rugged mountainous terrain surrounding her home. This was followed by months of intense investigation by the HCSO, TBI, and FBI. Yeah. My grandma. Oh, cool, Marie. Good for you. Okay, so police and rescuers again descended on the property during the last week of November of 2021 and covered approximately 350 acres. A dive team with the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office also assisted in searching a nearby pond. Searchers returned to Beach Creek in late February of 22 for another search of the area. Neither the searches nor the investigation has resulted in information leading to either to Summer's recovery or what happened to her. And we are going to watch this, you guys. This is the district attorney. Hey, Sassy Pants. So let me, Josh Melton, assistant.
We don't have the evidence in this case to know for sure whether or not Summer was abducted or whether or not she walked away from her home and became lost. It's really important to us to not focus all of our efforts on just one of those two. We think that the only way we'll be successful in finding Summer is to continue to walk down both of those investigative paths to ensure that we don't become focused on one area alone and miss something that's crucially important.
Do you guys understand what he's saying? Really? Do you guys understand what he's saying? I'm gonna rewind it. So he is saying Summer could have walked away from home, got lost. Yes, thank you, flies. She could have wandered away. I know some people don't think that's possible. Excuse me, but she is a little girl. Could she have been following a little cat? Could she have been following any type of little animal? I don't understand why one of those dogs wouldn't have been following Summer. I don't understand that myself. Could Summer have been picked up on the road? Could Summer have been picked up on the road and taken out of the area? Could Summer have been picked up on the road and kept in the area? You all know what I'm saying here. You all know what I'm saying here.
Whether or not Summer was abducted or whether or not she walked away from her home and became lost. it's really important to us to not focus all of our efforts on just one of those two. We think that the only way we'll be successful in finding Summer is to continue to walk down both of those investigative paths to ensure that we don't become focused on one area alone and miss something that's crucially important. I would say this case has not gone cold.
The case has not gone cold, and I'm going to say trigger warning because I want to tell you guys about a case that actually happened here in Indiana quite a few years ago, but I just want to. This has nothing to do with Summer. Granny Bassmaster. Hey, lady, good to see you. I think it is possible since Ronnie lost some center at it, ended at the end of the driveway. That is where she was picked up. Yeah, I think a lot of us has kind of, felt that way also. What, Sassy Pants? What are you talking about? Oh, I get what you're saying now. Okay. So I am going to say trigger warning. We had a case here where a little girl, now it was different. They didn't live, they didn't live in the mountains. They actually resided in an apartment complex. But the little girl just happened to come upon something and seen something that she shouldn't have seen. And it had to do with substances. And it had to do with, I'll give you an example, the same kind of substance like Fred Hill was manufacturing. And even though the little girl really wasn't old enough to understand what these people were doing, they, in their twisted minds, thought that the little girl could possibly tell on them. Now, she was about, I think, like 8 years old. So instead of just leaving the little girl alone because they felt she might have seen something, they unalived her. They were eventually caught. I apologize, you guys. I got the freaking cold I can't get rid of. But yes. No, this isn't about Carly Trent at all. Thank you.
Cold case is typically framed up as a case where there are no tips or leads that are coming in, and there are no investigative efforts that are happening because there is no place to travel with the investigation. I would say in this case, thanks to the public, we've continued to have tips and leads that have come in that agents have been able to follow up on continuously. And the agents have worked tirelessly when tips and leads weren't coming in to try to find ways to investigate when typically people would lay down their effort. It has been a great partnership between the community and law enforcement to not let this case sit and go sterile. We continue to...
And I'm going to say this, and I've said this before. Nicole, I watched The Nomad of Iran. There's always people finding children in abandoned houses. Yes, ma'am. Debbie, I think some of them have, but listening to this individual kind of changes the outcome for a lot of creators, right? Kind of changes up their content.
Focus on ground search efforts. We continue to focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area or technology that could have been used that may give us an investigative lead.
Now, what I found sad, because anyone who's followed Summer's case, how many vehicles have people put out there? Quite a few, right? Also, I remind people of the Jeremy Dugan interview. Jeremy Dugan was, I call him independent contractor of sorts, that was going to go to Kingsport and pick up Hunter, Allison's son, and Andrew Hilt's son. And Jeremy Dugan was going to go get Hunter or Andrew, la da 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 da. I mean, I don't want to go into all of that, but Jeremy Dugan had an issue with a law enforcement officer. And if I can remember correctly, his name was Lieutenant Sue me. Don't sue me. But anyhow, Jeremy Dugan, and I can pull it up, I can find it. I've played it before on my channel a couple of times, where he made a statement that there was a law enforcement personal vehicle seen in the area in Beech Creek the day that Summer went missing. Now, do I know if that's true? Absolutely not. Would that man have something like that he needed to lie about? I personally wouldn't think so. But what's interesting is nobody really talked about that vehicle for some reason. I just thought that was kind of strange. I thought that was kind of odd.
All stones are being turned over. There's not one thing that's being done. We've been extremely creative as we've investigated this case and continue to try to find ways to turn over rocks that we didn't even know that were there to turn over. Children are our top priority at TBI. They are the most vulnerable population that we have. They're our most precious things in our world. TBI has always placed an emphasis on missing children, and we've done that through multiple programs that are established here. We look for children when most people aren't. And this case is one that we've just not been able to overcome, and it's troubling. Many people have speculated what they think has happened in this case.
Many people have speculated on what they think happened in this case. And sometimes that speculation bothers me. Things are said that, you know, some of these creators come out with these stories. Oh, well, I heard from a reputable source, or, you know, someone close to the case told me these wild, outrageous stories. And I've heard about some of the stories, but personally, I just don't watch those creators because of the stories that they tell, if you know what I mean.
The difficult part of the speculation is that if we as investigators speculate and focus our efforts in one direction, we're making a huge mistake. We have to make sure that we're being completely comprehensive as we investigate. And being focused in one direction is a tragedy for an investigation. So until we find evidence that points us in a direction that we know is the right direction, we'll continue to be comprehensive. We'll continue to explore every option that can be out there, and we would continue to ask for the public's help in doing so. Typically, we have a couple of agents assigned to an investigation, and that's been enough. We've had over 6,500 leads, tips and leads come in on this case. Those have all been reviewed.
Lisa, really? There was the Rona going around. Allie had health issues before. So, no. As far as I know, no, they did not.
They've been worked. We continue to get those. And it is a monstrous task, but it's one that's not overwhelmed us. We have been strategic in the way that we've handled this investigation. We have some of our most talented agents assigned to this case, some of our most talented intelligence analysts from the Bureau assigned to this case. We have brought in subject matter experts within TBI from across the state to assist in this investigation. We have thrown everything that we know to throw at this case, and we haven't had the answers that we need to get. We know we'll get them, but we don't have them today. When I see the pictures,
okay, so let's well, I mean, to be honest, Sassy, I'm not getting on to you, but you've hung around some channels that have said some outrageous things. So if you need clarification, we are here to give it to you. We're here, ma'am, to give it to you. Thank you, Nicole, for the copyright disclaimer, darling. Thank you so much. I'm glad you could pop in for a little while. We've missed you, Nicole. We have missed you. Now, what we need to remember also is the FBI card team came in, right? They could find no evidence that Summer was trafficked out of the area. I get really upset when I hear individuals just talking crap about law enforcement. Because guess what? TBI and FBI, I'm not quite sure how Hawkins County handles these type of issues, but these men and women are sitting and watching the most horrible things on what we call the dark web to see if there's any missing children that might be on some of these horrendous websites. And I commend them for that, because I don't care how much I research trafficking. I've never went to the dark web. It's a creepy place to me. I will not go there. These individuals are watching horrific things to do with children and trying to find these children. Hey, you want me? I'll try to sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Maybe I should have waited. Happy birthday to you. Happy. I can't do it, you guys. I'm sorry. Happy birthday, Summer.
When I was seeing my daughter. And I can tell you that if my daughter was missing, I would sure hope that somebody was looking for her every day. And it brings me concern and satisfaction, really, the concern that we don't have the answers, the satisfaction of knowing that we have the best agents at TBI that are working on this case in connection with other local law enforcement and federal agencies who are doing their best. And if my daughter was missing, all of the people that are working on this case are the people who I would choose to work on a case if my daughter was missing.
Okay, hold on. Let me get out of there for a minute. You guys know me. I'm sorry. Usually I can get through a happy birthday, but when it comes to summer, my, that phrase, traffic outside the area took a life of its own. In my opinion, they meant no sign she was taken out of the area, but Beach Creek is a train that takes on a life of its own. And people were, and I'm sorry, this is just me. I am not downing any other creator or the content they put out about summer, because I have seen so many creators. Hey, Dee Dee. So many creators, great creators, making videos and you know, putting their heart and soul into everything that they, you know, put out about summer and stuff like that. And it did kind of take a life of its own. It really did. I don't want people to forget about summer. And how I mean that is, we talk about Don and what he said. Hey, Jackie. We talk about Candace and things that she said. We talk about, you know, Fred is a big deal. He's, you know, married Ziggy, and you know, they're the big, you know, people who know all these secret details about individuals around Summer's case and stuff like that. And then we've got Prayer Garden. Prayer Garden does her thing. Do I like what she does and says? Absolutely not. But I am not the YouTube police. Yes, Remain Calm does lose her cool sometimes, because I see individuals doing this stuff and they say it's about summer when I don't feel it's really about summer. I really don't. May, to be honest with you, if you go back and watch Ziggy's interviews where she's talking to Fred and stuff, you can kind of tell that there's a little bit of flirting going on. Do you remember the phone call of Fred in jail calling Ziggy, right? And at the end of the conversation, he says, I love you. I believe he tells her he loves her twice. And she, I love him like a brother. You guys remember that? Do you remember that? Okay, I want to pop on from 3 years ago to WJHL. The title is Prayer Circle Held for Summer Wells 3 weeks after her disappearance. No new information from AUT. So let's take a little listen to this. And I'll comment on a little bit. It's only 3 minutes. Hey, Birdie, good to see you. Ziggy said, Fred said, oh yeah, love you to everyone. I wonder if he had already asked her to marry him. Did he already ask her? I don't know. I'm just asking. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, ma'am.
5-year-old Summer Wells disappeared from her home in the Beech Creek community of Hawkins County.
As of today, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said they've received about 840 tips, and none of them have led to the little girl. The last on-camera update from investigators was back on June 24th.
Over 800 tips that led nowhere. Hey, Sandy, I'm waving back to you. That led to nowhere. Oh, thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you, darling. Thanks for popping in. Right? And that was within what? Like 3 weeks? Thank you, Nicole. Like 3 weeks? I say fair play. She's married. I'm not. Oh, my May. May, you sound like you have a good time. We're going to call you Good Time May. We got Debbie Ho, Good Time May. Flies, what are you, the organized crime guy? Nine days.
Just a few days later, on the 27th, the TBI announced the search officially had been scaled back.
Another news conference is not expected unless there's a significant development in the case. But today, a TBI spokesperson said, quote, our investigation into the circumstances leading to Summer's disappearance remains active and ongoing.
You know, one thing that always kind of bothered me about people calling TBI with all that nonsense is that the possibility of someone calling in with maybe this crazy tip and them saying, here we go, this is a crazy tip. But I truly believe they would still go out and check it. I truly believe that. But it had to have been exhausting. You're out looking for a missing child, and people are calling you with ridiculous stuff. So it had to have been frustrating. It probably is still frustrating. And my opinion, I kind of hope they use Bullhorn Betty as an example. One thing I always said, take it as you want to take it. Dr. Phil in the behavioral panel made the comment that they believed that Candace knew something. But nobody listened to what else Dr. Phil said, because he stated maybe she had passed this person before. Maybe someone paid a little bit too much attention to Summer, and Candace maybe really didn't notice it at the time. So even though we watch Candace basically self-destruct on social media, I always thought that without her being attacked, without her making all these friends that only wanted her for content, without any of that, would she have been able to relax her mind enough to where she could actually maybe start thinking about different times when someone was acting weird around Summer. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I am not advocating for Candace Bly Wells, so please do not think that. They have to want to find Summer. They look like a bunch. Really, Corey? How do you know what they're doing, Corey? How do you know what they're doing? It's just a question. I mean, if that's your opinion, that's your opinion. To you? Okay.
Channel 11's Ansley Daniels in our Kingsport newsroom. Ansley, this afternoon you attended a community prayer circle for Summer at nearby Borden Park, right?
Josh and Sarah, Summer Wells has touched the lives of many here in the Tri-Cities and well beyond our region, especially after she went missing. But today, one man here in Kingsport held a prayer circle where Summer's family actually were the only ones in attendance, as well as a family friend. Although they didn't want to go on camera, they tell us events like this and this community support is what is getting them through.
I'm praying that she be home safe in the name of
I
Jesus,
didn't
Father
believe
God.
the
Lord,
poison
God put this on my
station.
heart to
Okay.
like bring the community together and pray as a team. I know people on Facebook been praying too, but I just don't feel that's enough.
That was Mr. Timmy Etherton. He was checked into. Did he turn out to be a weird character? Absolutely. Y'all remember Timmy. Timmy that, I think it was, he had a YouTube channel and he did weird things. Look how irrelevant tips and BS have been said. For every credible tip, they probably had 2,500 BS tips. Yeah, this is Yemet. What I think a lot of people don't think about either is that in a community like this, in a kind of typical holler, everyone knows everyone. Now, I remember the Lamplight Theater being checked into. Okay, we pegged Yemet as being a little weird. Probably about a 4 on the weird scale. Yeah, wasn't there, May? If I can remember correctly, I believe that it was even, things were looked back so far. Tim Mullins' parents at some time supported the Lamplight Theater or something like that. We had the flute player David Dodson. That was checked into. We go back to it coming out, and I'm not going to tell you this stuff is true because I don't know. This is just stuff I'm remembering as we're talking. Going back so far and putting Dawn Wells as, there was a church that caught on fire. And I can't remember if it was a SDA church, Baptist church. I don't remember. But someone was saying that Dawn Wells actually went to this other area. There was a fire at the church. He went back to, help reinstate the church. And that David Dodson had been affiliated with that church. Is that true? I do not know. But I will say this, David Dodson seemed to like to go around to different religious places. So he come from one affiliation, came to the SDA church. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, because David Dotson had, number one, I do not believe he was a member of the SDA church. Number two, he began going to that church. It was a very short time that he had been going to that church when Summer went missing, right? Dotson took off and married a little girl that looked like a child. Hey, Miss Justice. Birdie, birdie. You guys remember that? You may not remember that. David Dotson, it being said, he started going to that church a very short time before Summer disappeared. Was the person that Candace called when she couldn't get a hold of Robin. Remember that? Remember David Dotson called Robin because she was at her daughter's dance recital taking pictures, and Candace was blowing her phone up, but she couldn't answer her phone. Then turned around and she packs up, gets in the car, and the first person she takes a call from is David Dotson, who proceeds to tell her about Summer. Now, is that weird stuff? No, I don't know. I don't know. Some people think it's weird. I think he's weird. But I always ask the question, if David hadn't been going to that church very long, why would that be a person? Why would that be a person that Candace would know to call to have him contact Robin? Does that seem weird to you guys? He did. He came and left him quickly, didn't he, Bertie? He left that SDA church very quickly to go to a Baptist church. He also said that he was a witness to a video or TikTok that Candace showed law enforcement that showed the whole family, well, not Candace, all the kids swimming at the horse pond that day. That's what he said. He said it. And then he changed it. Right? David Dotson was also the person that was at the wells rather quickly. He was there rather quickly. Now, by the time Robin Lane got there, he had already been up to the house at 110. And then when she got there, he was down at the road, and they had to wait to be allowed to go up to 110. If I remember right, it was said because they were taking the dogs up there. But David Dodson had already been up there praying with the family, from what I hear. You know, I'll just say this, and I'm not being a bitch, but, you know, David Dodson, you know, up there, he was praying with family. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Robin Lane, she would pray with Dawn. She would be praying with Dawn all the time. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall to hear what those prayers were like. Because don't forget, Chris McDonough, you know, she was like, hey, I heard you just had to, you know, talk Dawn into coming home from a little escapade. And she was like, no, I just prayed with him. That's what she said. I just prayed with him. I was like, okay. Yes, those, I'm glad you mentioned that, Corey, because those, her words are really important. So the way that I took her saying that, because Robin was called what? Robin didn't get there for like 2 hours or more after Candace had called her. And she was at home getting stuff together, snacks, some flashlights, and didn't even know how serious it was until she got there and law enforcement was there. So her saying that, and Hunter saying that when Candace called him, he had her call Allie because he knew that if she called Allie and told Allie that it was the truth. So it was said, don't know if it's true, that that wasn't the first time that, you know, they was looking for some kids. Poor CM couldn't bring her mood down to a somber one during that interview. Are you talking about Robin, Bertie? Or Candace when Chris did that interview with Candace? Some SDA churches have the missing children's drills. Absolutely. Maybe Robin assigned that job during the drills. It's a weird statement, yes, but oh yeah, that's a good point, Flies. That is a good point. Yes, but I mean, I guess my thing that I keep going back to is that Robin's interview at the church. Well, another thing, that is a good point though, Flies. I get what you're saying, but I keep going back to, he hadn't been going to that church for very long. I guess it wouldn't matter though, right? Summer was sitting on Robin's lap in church. Yeah. I've played that over here before. Where he was looking at Summer and smiling, and Summer looked like, I want nothing to do with you. Right? I want to try to find that. I haven't watched that for a long time. Because it's really weird. Now, I know, I think a lot of people forget that Zab Girl put out, she had a lot of the church stuff. She sure did. So she put out a lot of the David Dodson church stuff. Here we go. And this did too. Evil Exists has it out too. Let's talk about David Dotson for a minute, and then we can move on down the line, and we'll just kind of cover all of them if you guys want to, and what I remember. I mean, probably not all of them today, but we can start out with different individuals and just go with the flow. But Evil Exists put out a lot of really good stuff also. I am going to speed it up. I am using this under fair use. So this is about David Dotson. Three months. So he only knew Don and Candace and them for 3 months. Thank you. Thank you, Evil Exists. I'm glad somebody else thinks about it like, oh, like me. Okay, anyhow, hold on. I'm sorry. That is so funny. I was watching the video. I admit it. I was watching the video. I would even watch it by myself and still talk, even if nobody was around, because that's what I do. I'm sorry, you guys. You know me. Yes, it's in here. Yes, the video of him in the church, the picture, it is in here, I believe.
Remember David Dotson. When I think of him, I just think about the flute that he plays. Dotson is also the man who took Summer's three brothers out for a fun day of mini golf. He inserted himself into the Summer Wells case extremely early on. He apparently only knew the family for just 3 months and joined their church on the 5th June 2021. That is just 10 days before Summer Wells went missing.
A few little gifts here, Brother David. You want you to take with you. All right, to remember.
10 days before Summer went missing. Doesn't mean anything, possibly not. Yes, we'll get into the funeral home, Sassy Pants. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, he is a mortician. He also has a pilot's license. A mortician with a pilot's license that plays the flute. What a cast of weird characters. We have Timmy Etherton. And this guy.
For this day, all right? And I just want to praise the Lord for you again. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
In media interviews, played a special song on his flute for Summer, and something that I find odd is that he was one of the first people summoned to Summer's home with Robin the evening she went missing. Did he?
Like I said, thank you for thinking on the same wavelength as me. Yeah, he had all kinds of reasons to be watching him, yeah.
Into old church footage, I came across some footage that included David, Robin, and Summer. David seems to be making a waving motion, which is directed at Summer. Robin seems to encourage Summer to wave back, but Summer looks a bit scared or reserved.
Summer does look scared. So, why is a weird man sitting in the back messing with the child? Why Robin encourages it. And the only reason I say that is because I would think that, I don't know, maybe they was being friendly. I don't know. It was weird to me. It was weird to me.
She does not wave back or even smile at David. Something else that bothers me is that David Dotson has been missing in action for a while now. He was very involved in the beginning, and then it seemed like he just faded away. It is said.
That is true. That is true, isn't it? Most of the people involved in Summer's case are, you know, I'm not going to say involved in her case, but involved in her case. David Dotson's just kind of poof, disappeared into the sunset. Nobody's chasing him around anymore. You know, what he says, people don't think obviously is important. But you can go back, and I do have David Dotson's interview with Unmasked from a while back. So
That he got married and moved. He also deleted his Facebook account. Did he just decide to move on with his life?
So I know Robin was buying pizzas for the Wells, and he was taking them out there, right? But that was after Summer went missing, right? Yep, Native American flute. Ooh, that's weird. That's what I play when I show you guys the pictures of the wolves, and that's the site I get it from. It's called Native American Flute. I am not saying it's David Dotson, you guys. I am not. I do not know. Yeah, I didn't realize he deleted his Facebook account. I find it odd. I don't know why David and Robin was called to come out there. Was called before or after the 911 call. Well, one of the first people, Sassy Pants, that Candace called was Robin. She called, it must have been after. I think Allie said that she called her at what time? It was like 7, right? Something like that. She called Dawn first. And it's kind of questionable who she called after that. But we know she called Hunter, who said call Allie. We know that she had called David Dotson. She had been continuously trying to call Robin. And she finally talked to Robin after David Dotson called and said, hey, Candace is trying to get a hold of you. And Candace, she said Candace beat through then. So I think that Robin was one of the first people she tried to get a hold of. So if I remember correctly, Robin said when David finally got a hold of her, he was already there. Please, somebody tell me if I'm wrong, because this is what I'm remembering. She was also with her at the horse barn. Yeah, the only reason that, well, this is the thing about her being at the horse pond with Candace. She was there just to be supportive. I don't think there was anything nefarious with Robin being with her at the horse farm at all. So, yeah, we all went down the rabbit holes. I do find it weird Dotson was called. He done interview. Yeah. Yes, he did. He did interviews. I mean, look, Betty and them went to Tim Mullen's mother's house. Do you guys remember that? When they went to Tim Mullen's mom's house? They sure did. I kind of forgot about that until right now. I just remember that. For sure. But yeah, check out Evil Exist and Zab Girl. Zab Girl has a lot of the church videos and stuff. Okay. And yeah, it was weird because David Dotson was a mortician. He had a pilot's license. If I remember correctly, Tim Mullins had a pilot license, I think they were saying. NTM. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Summer. If you guys do not think that one of these true crime sleuths, I would love for somebody to find out exactly what happened to Summer, whether it be someone on social media or, you know, a law enforcement agency, even private investigators. But like they say, even law enforcement is thinking outside of the box on this one. And then you have a person of interest, Fred Hill, who goes to jail for what he goes to jail for. You know, people can't help but to look at that and say, you know, all kinds of different avenues with that. I mean, the dude got questioned in the passing of an individual. But I will say that we heard Detective Pruitt tell Andy Bernard he didn't know why anybody listened to Fred Hill anyway. And he's a detective. For real. For sure, for sure. You put what? I believe all creators back then thinking they were all in it for wee Summer. Found out once they, yeah. Well, my thing was I never really got into how creators made their money and stuff like that. I just stay in my lane on that. But you're right. If it was calculated up how much each creator made off of Summer's name and the content, it would be a lot of money. But I get more frustrated when they use Summer's name and in a crazy way. In a crazy way. Hey, Juicy Jules. Yeah, he had to leave the mortuary, but I don't know if he was fired or not. For real. They did a lot of things. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that Candace did not go to prayer vigils. And this is just my opinion. I don't know, you know, I think that Candace, being the introvert that she is, and whether you think Candace is an introvert or not, she's kind of introverted. You guys know what that means, right? Kind of keeps to herself, doesn't show a lot of emotion or whatever, right? So she wasn't, when she cried and said that she doesn't know anything and how to do YouTube or whatever, I believed her. I believed her. She sat right on the live and said, I don't say my words right. I can't do like you. I believe she was talking to Ernie, and come out here and say my words. She said that. She absolutely did. So, but people, a lot of people just don't listen. They just don't listen. Oh, hey, 120 Acres. He was also an EMT at one time. Oh, yeah. Didn't he fly a helicopter also? There's a picture of him in a helicopter, I thought. Yeah, I mean, the more nervous she got, the harder it seemed it was for her to find her words. Well, unfortunately, you know, sometimes it was easier for her if she was partaking of the alcohol. But I don't know. I don't know if I get wasted all the time either to try to numb my brain. But so we've got all of those things about David Dodson. You know, honestly, it's weird because I think I've come out and talked about quite a few people. I mean, there's quite a few I hadn't talked about, but I think I say the same thing about Tim Mullen over and over and over. He becomes Dawn's best friend very quickly. Him and Dawn both tell different stories on how they met. He also knew Robin. Why the wanting distractions on YouTube, right? Oh, I thought that was David Dodson, Corey. I thought that was David Dodson in the helicopter. Thank you, Poppy. Okay, let me get. I have a 3-year. Let me pull it up. This is from WVLT.
One year since Summer Wells went missing from her Hawkins County home. Investigators are still working to find any clues into her disappearance.
An Amber Alert is still active this morning. Her parents, Don and Candace, claim someone kidnapped her from their home in the Beach Creek area, but law enforcement say that they have no evidence to support that claim. In a year, the TBI received more than 2,000 tips, and none of them have led to Summer.
One thing I would like to say, because, you know, Don Wells would tell us that shady people that we knew were shady, that after Summer went missing was hanging around there. He called a lot of them good dudes. Right? He's a good dude. I just thought I'd put that out there before I forgot it.
And while you were sleeping overnight, Don Wells, Summer's father, released a statement from jail where he's serving time for a DUI. He says since she went missing, he's been devastated. The statement goes on to say he hopes YouTube would be the most powerful tool in helping to find her. Search crews have combed the Hawkins County area searching for Summer. In October, in an exclusive interview, Don Wells showed us where he says the kidnappers took his daughter.
I think whoever grabbed her probably had her mouth covered, and I think
he's out of breath. Don's out of breath. You can hear him breathing. You can hear him breathing. He's out of breath.
she was gasping for air by the time she got down through.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning.
For air by the time she got down through.
Listen.
Whoever grabbed her probably had her mouth covered, and I think she was gasping for air by the time she got down through here somewhere, because our neighbor heard a scream, a really funny scream. I think they just carried her to a vehicle and threw her in there and took her.
Would we have felt different about that? Honestly, would we have felt different about that if Dawn would not have described, trigger warning, that someone probably had their hand over her mouth? Would we have thought differently about him saying someone grabbed her, brought her down the hill, my neighbor heard a scream, I'm pretty sure they probably put her in the car and took off with her? It was Dawn adding, okay.
Showed us where he says the kidnappers took his daughter.
Here we go.
I think whoever grabbed her probably had her mouth covered, and I think she was gasping for air by the time she got down through here somewhere, because our neighbor heard a scream, a really funny scream. I think they just carried her to a vehicle and threw her in there and took her somewhere far away from here.
If I remember correctly, Jody Sue said that she's the one who told Dawn about the scent coming down the dog trail. Am I wrong, Jody? I thought I heard you say that. Please feel free to tell me if I'm wrong.
We do have a full timeline of the events since last year right now in the WVLT News app. If you know anything, call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
And go over. And I know people are like, I don't want to go to the Wells Family Channel, but it's interesting to go in there and check out the content they got on there. I do love this picture though. She is so pretty. And that is the coalition for the red rummed and the missing. This tells you everything from June 15th. Now, this story needs updated. It's interesting how this is worded, because this story says her grandmother, who had been watching her and her brothers, was outside gardening. We know that's not the way the story went. When she went out to check on her grandchildren, she could not locate Summer. Summer has not been seen since. Isn't that interesting? That's really interesting. Who wrote this? Coalition for the Red Rummed and Missing. Where'd you get that info? You guys ever seen this? Have you guys ever seen this site? Timeline from the 15th. This timeline of events says that Candace said Summer was last seen at home between 5:30 and 6:30. You guys should check this out. I'm just not sure. Maybe they were looking at it like Dawn said 5:30. First call was 6:23, so we'll talk about the vigils. February 21st, 2023, Hawkins County Chancery Court announces the $40,365.73 reward fund for information was donated to the Child Advocacy Center. Here is an updated age-enhanced picture of Summer. It's called Google is Your Friend. Liza ain't in here, or she would tell you. I'll find out more about it. I'll find out more about the organization here in a minute. These are associated links. Find Summer Wells' Facebook, which I don't know. I think that's probably still there. National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And NAMUS. There's more posts, but I don't know. Let's pop over here and see what that is. Oh, that's another person. Donna Mitchell. Hartsville, Indiana. Well, ma'am, I will leave you up there. Yeah, for just switch that around. That's what it was. Hang on, let me find it again for you. I'm sorry. I just ended up pulling up another missing person. Here we go. Hold on. I apologize. I apologize. The Coalition for the Red Run and Missing, CMM. Now, is the story a little different? A little bit. But haven't we all thought that Candace had left the hill? So that would have kept Grandma watching her, right? We all kind of thought that. I'm not the only one who thought that. Not at all. Nine years. Can you believe she's 9? 9 years old. 9 years old. I can't believe that. This is a, hold on. Hold on there. Oh no, it's just showing missing people. It's dedicated to bringing awareness to missing persons and unsolved Red Run cases. It provides the public with resources and focuses research on better understanding and preventing violent crime. She's missing from Kingsport too. This girl right here has been missing from Kingsport since 2023. Since 2023. She was seen the day prior going door to door at the AmeriCorps Extended Stay Motel, where she was staying with a friend after being reported missing. Investigators found footage of Layla at the Marble Slab Creamery in the East Stone Commons shopping complex on North Eastman Road. Told employees she was going to Five Below to get a pair of shoes. This is the last time she was seen, and that was June 27, 2023. Any information, call TBI or Kingsport Police Department. They have an anonymous tip line too. Wow. Thank you, Miss Summer, for having me find this little site. I wouldn't have found it if it wasn't for her. But this is who it's about. I'm going to get off here, you guys. I'm not going to stay on here. Unless there's something else you guys would like me to show. Don't forget, I know Jody says she heard the scream. And her son, he said he heard it too, I think. But Ronnie Lawson says him and TBI did not find anything about the scream. Law enforcement can lie to you. But I don't know. Because Jody can lie to you too. They've since redacted that part? Really? About the marble slab? That's interesting. Wow, wow. I don't think, I mean, look, if you even put Summer Wells into your YouTube search bar, you might have to go down the rabbit hole a little bit. But you'll kind of find whatever you're looking for. This is about the truck.
Hit it. That's what I'm talking about.
And there's the commercial.
Okay, now.
Okay,
From the
now.
beginning.
TBI officials say in the process of speaking with neighbors about the night Summer disappeared, officials are looking for the driver of a Toyota pickup truck who was seen in the Beach Creek community either Monday or Tuesday of last week. The pickup is possibly a 1998 to 2000 maroon or red Toyota Tacoma. In the process of speaking. TBI officials say in the process of speaking with neighbors about the night Summer disappeared, officials are looking for the driver of a Toyota pickup truck who was seen in the Beach Creek community either Monday or Tuesday of last week. The pickup is possibly a 1998 to 2000.
Okay. The truck. This is what they are looking for with the truck.
FBI officials say in the process of speaking with neighbors about the night Summer disappeared, officials are looking for the driver of a Toyota pickup truck who was seen in the Beach Creek community either Monday or Tuesday of last week. The pickup is possibly a 1998 to 2000 maroon or red Toyota Tacoma with a full bed ladder rack along the white buckets in the truck bed. They're looking to speak with the driver and want to stress that they are not a suspect but can be a potential witness. Summer went missing the night of June.
That was the truck allegedly was seen the week prior. A week prior is what she said.
15 from her Hawkins County home, and crews have been working day and night searching for the child, but still her whereabouts remain a mystery.
Lordy Lord. So happy birthday, Summer. Happy birthday. And I do hope she gets justice. I really do. Somebody has to know something. I would think, but I don't know. And then Robin X'd out the truck, right? Because somebody on Facebook told her that they were not looking for the truck anymore. And Robin, I would love to know who told you that. I would love to know who told you that law enforcement said they wasn't looking for the truck anymore. Right? Robin had a similar truck. Everybody, that whole state's got a crap load of them kind of trucks. They were finding red trucks everywhere. Like everybody had one. I had it on my watch later list where you can check out Profiling Evil. He did some Summer Wells. Duty Ron. And, you know, I've always said that at least Chris McDonough, I mean, what he did show us a lot. It showed us a lot, but do you know what place Allison meant when she said we met up at the secret meeting place that day? When JLR and all of them were there in her yard talking. I would have to hear it, Bertie. I need to hear the context of it. Here, I'll pull it up real quick. Let me pull it up real quick. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up and I'm going to use it under fair use. But you guys can find this over on JLR. But it's like 42 minutes long. I don't want to play the whole thing. So I'm going to just try to find what you were talking about. I did this morning a weird channel I've never seen appeared showing paperwork. What was it? Do you remember? I'll go back and look at this, Bertie. Let me write it down. I would have, yeah, I'll go back and, yeah, she's talking to Molly. She's talking to Molly Golightly and her grandma. So, but you guys go check that out and we'll talk about this interview. For real. But I will show you how enthusiastic Molly Golightly was when she seen them.
What do you mean? Oh my god, it's them! I gotta go! Go. It's Hunter's family! Okay, let's go, yes, right to their face. Right, we're on a public street, okay. Fuck. Wait, come on. Let's go, that's them, let's go.
They're running. They're running upon Allie and them.
Hi, Kitty! She's not even We've been everywhere looking for her. Everywhere looking for her. So, hi, how are you guys? Allison, how are you? God bless you. How are you?
Okay, that's all I'm going to show of it. I'll go back and check it. Thank you. Thank you, Poppy. I'm going to get off here. I'm not keeping you guys on here any longer. It's hard to talk about summer. It really is. I wouldn't know what to fucking do if Molly Golightly come running up on me. I would probably run from her. I would run in the other direction. So the focus is on the other conversation while she's speaking off to the side. Are you talking about before this other girl left? Because there was this girl right here. Oh shit, I'm sorry. This girl right here. And then Allie, Grandma, and Sherry. So I'm not in Jonathan and here, let me see. Because everybody else left. This girl left. She got in the car and left. Hold on.
More importantly, I will tell you that we talked to their neighbors. And I don't have nothing to say about it either. No, actually, they said a lot. They said a lot. Oh my God. And one of them said something very upsetting. Listen, I tried to help the woman just now. And, you ain't gotta worry. Come on, you just shut up. You're dead anyway.
What do you mean? Like, would you try to help the woman? Like what?
No. That's not what I'm saying.
She gave Summer alcohol and drugs.
She said that you're really Sherry, that she's really
Really?
lucky.
Did you see it?
And then I'm like, no, that's
When
not
did
the
she do that?
case. And they're like, how do you know? Do you know this kind of family? Yeah, that's like.
Did you hear what she said? She admitted that she saw Candace giving Summer inappropriate things. She said she saw it. I'm stopping right there. Happy birthday, little Summer. We're all thinking about you all the time. Nine years old. Maybe she wasn't in a grave a lot. Speculate she was moved. What? What are you talking about, Corey? The grandmother said Summer on the Wells land, but TBI search. Okay, I'm done. Birdie, thank you. I will look at this. I will look at this, ma'am. Thank you very much. I'm glad you reminded me of it. I will take a look at it. Hey, Glenview Tops. Anyhow, happy birthday, Summer. Thank you for bringing us all together. For real. So, like I say, until I see different, I am going to think that Summer is healthy and happy and being taken care of and being loved and being educated Have you guys ever seen a movie called The Tall Man? And it's got Jessica Biel in it. That is a good movie. I suggest you guys watch it. If you can, watch The Tall Man with Jessica Biel. I think it's on the, I can't remember if it's on Hulu or Netflix. Thank you, Poppy. Thank you, Wee. Yes, The Tall Man. You know what else? I'll give you another movie suggestion. Next of Kin with Patrick Swayze. And another suggestion is Jennifer Lawrence and oh man, what's the name of that movie? Jennifer Lawrence. Hang on, I gotta find it. Watch those 3 movies. All right, why isn't it coming? Damn, she's done a lot of freaking movies. Girl. Okay, where's it at? You guys know what it's called? I don't know what Lisa's talking about. Thank you, Corey. Lovely bones. Winter's Bone, Corey. It's Winter's Bone. It's a good freaking movie. I wonder if I could show you the trailer without getting in trouble. No, I better not. I always get in trouble. That's all right. Her and Bradley Cooper? No. No, Bradley Cooper's not in that one. I'll show, I mean, yeah, I don't want him to copyright strike me. I'm not going to monetize it anyway, so yeah. I'll go ahead and show you guys. Well, no, I better not. I don't want to get in trouble. YouTube. YouTube isn't my friend, unfortunately. We're getting better, though. I'm trying to make up with it. I really am. But don't forget Little Summer, you guys. For real. And I'm sorry, I'm not one of those channels that I did this fantastic birthday party or whatever. It is good, Birdie. It's really good. It's, what, oh gosh, what is it? Oh, Birdie, you're driving me nuts because I know what you're talking about. What the heck is that? Hold on, I'm going to find out real quick. It is so good. I think it's on Hulu. That's where she hears a song. Is that the one, Birdie, where she hears a song and she freaking has a flashback and unalives the dude on the beach? Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence, it's Winter's Bone. Winter's Bone. Those are really three really good movies, you guys, for real. Let me find her movie list. Ugh. Well, no, it's a series. Yeah, it's a series. I believe it's on Hulu. She's played in a The Sinner. It's called The Sinner. For real. For real. Okay, I've been on here 2 hours. You guys go out there and put out Summer's name. Go somewhere else where they're... Because I didn't show that many pictures and stuff, you guys. I just have a hard time doing it. Emotionally, I mean. I think that's why my mind kind of goes to all the other stuff. You know, all the people involved and different things like that. So behave yourself. Well, I don't care if you behave yourself or not. You do you. You do you, people. And have fun doing it. That's all I can say. Yeah, Lovely Bones was a good movie. It absolutely was. Or is. Oh my gosh, the Grammys were on. Did anybody see Kanye West bring his wife to the Grammys in a fur coat? And she took the fur coat off and basically was naked. She had on a mesh dress and they didn't get to stay at the Grammys very long. But he had a cool, it looked like just a metal car. It was just shiny silver. Seriously. But Beyonce won Album of the Year for her Carter Cowboy, whatever it is, country album. Yeah, trying to one up Kim. Well, I don't think Kim would do that. Yeah, Miley Cyrus looked really good too. Do you guys remember last year when she won the Grammy for her song? What is it? Yeah, I Can Buy Myself Flowers. Flowers, is that the name of the song or something? Did you notice they all had their hair cut like the same? Where the bangs came down on the side? Hey, no one special. Okay, we will talk pop culture another time. Maybe I can get Cotton Candy to come over here. I'm definitely going to look at it, Birdie. Definitely. So, we got to think of summer. Sebastian Rogers is getting ready to, I believe, be missing for a year here. Looks like these kids have to be somewhere. But I am going to say this before I get off here. I cannot believe I'm not even sure what to call it, that has been done in Sebastian's case. I don't know if he got played or if he knew that the information he was being given was incorrect. I'll put it that way. And that is very sad. That is very sad. Is being right in content more important than trying to find real information on a missing boy? Why would someone produce information that they know is not true information? Is this a game to, is this all a game to them? Is this a game to all of them? That there's a 15-year-old boy missing? I just couldn't believe that Justin went up on Nancy Grace's and put out that information. I would rather not have any attention on my channel than to do something like that. That's messed up. Could that be considered impeding investigation? I wonder. So I guess the big question is did he know he was being played, or didn't he know he was being played? But he acts like it was all good in the hood, I guess. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of people seeing Justin in a different way. So you get there when you get there. So and Lord, the world is a stage is a saying I've learned mostly from YouTube. Yeah. I've learned a lot of things. I've learned a lot of things about YouTube. I know that you hang around that community, and this is just the way I feel about it. Everything, I don't like the negativity. I don't like the negativity. For real. Some people do, though. Yeah, it is no one special. All right, peace out. I'm getting off here. Go do you. For real. And don't forget about Summer or Michael or Sebastian. I can go back to Ella Saylor. She's from here in Indiana. She's been missing for a while. And I could probably sit here and name them for 24 hours straight. And from my understanding, last time I checked, they were still getting the jury together, but on the Boswell stuff. So I definitely will check into that. And I thought about just doing another channel just to do the trials on. Because it is very hard to sit there for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours and do the trials. So if I started a little bit later, like I did Quentin's trial, then it cuts down that time, because I cut out the breaks and I cut out the dinner and stuff like that. So I will check that. If I don't cover the whole trial, what I'll do is like an update. I'll listen to it throughout the day and take some notes on it. And we can talk about it. End of the day, porch talk. How about that? So thank you, mods. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate you guys. And like I said, don't forget Summer. And thank you, members. We got some new members. And you guys don't have to hide in the bushes. I'm not mean. I'm really not. I'm just passionate. I get feisty every once in a while. No, I'm just passionate for sure. But like I said, happy birthday, Summer. Peace out, everybody. I'm going to go drink some hot tea. My throat's kind of messed up, as you all can tell. Jury has been selected. Okay, no one special. Thank you. So we shall get into the Evelyn Boswell case for sure, though. That case is crazy, but we got Stephen Stearns coming up. Daniel Callahan, I still need to check on that one. So, okay, thank you guys. You guys know I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out. And Please don't forget about these missing and exploited children. For real. Thank you, no one special. You guys have a good night. Thank you.